That voice is calling for you, Tran. We all heard it. Sounded like it was coming from near the old mine entrance. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go take a butcher's.
I didn't know where you get the courage, Babs. Me and Dougie will stay up top and keep an eye on things.
Not on your Nelly. You two are coming with, whether you like it or not. Comprende?
Please, Babs, don't make us go. I don't think we got the stomach for it. I don't know which one's which anymore.
Oh, give over. We're only going to the bottom of the steps. Me and Tran will go first, and you two will follow, or else.
Babs has always been a little brave little blighter. Wish I could say the same for me and Dougie. Blimey, I ain't been this scared since yesterday.
The voice came from over there. Come on, shake a leg. We've got a rendezvous with that beloved Hargon of yours.
Seems like there's more to this island than meets the eye. Let's take a look around.
I think that voice came from somewhere right around...
Boo-hoo!
Ah! The voice is back, and it's booing and oohing like nobody's business. That bleeding delicious digger's jigger has incurred Argon's wrath. Sounds like it's coming from behind this pile of sand, Tran. Do us a favor and see if you can clear it away. A couple swings of that whopping great mallet of yours should do the trick. Bash that sand out of the way.
Blimey, I ain't been this scared since yesterday.
Bash that sand out of the way. I reckon that voice came from inside this pile of sand. See if you can clear some of it out of the way with that massive mallet of yours.
I can talk right now, but I want to see the person first. Otherwise, it'll be bad dialogue.
Blimey, there's an horrible monster hiding in there. Save me, Babs, save me.
Ooh.
Poor thing sounds like it's upset. Have a word with it, Tran. See if you can't find out what the problem is. That golem seems like a nice fella. Go and have a chat with him. He might have something important to say.
I told you there was something about this place. Go and talk to that golem when you got a minute. Or 20. That guy talks so slowly. Whoa! If my knees weren't wobbling like jelly, I'd say I was scared stiff. There's a massive monster towering over us. Actually, you're standing above him. My Babs ain't bothered one bit. I don't know how she can stay so calm.
back up.
Who? You, builder! You find me! You free me! Thank you! No power! No more! Bring me copper! Silver! Gold! Get strong again!
We've only just met and already he's asking us for the moon on a stick. I think I like this guy. You need copper, silver, and gold, eh? I'd love to help, but the interest of the mine's completely blocked off.
Babs, that's a monster. You ain't really gonna help it, are ya?
You, Babs? Babs kind. Babs pretty. Me help Babs too. Locked tunnel this way? Me take closer look. Follow. Greetings. You want to smash this rock?
Yeah, if these rocks weren't here, we could get the mine up and running again. It's what I've always dreamed of.
Let me make dream come true.
Nice. That was brilliant. You tore that wall down like it was made of paper. Core blimey! Den's the bartender. What was that bleeding great din all about?
Do my eyes deceive me, or you Goldilocks? Legend has it that the mine of Khrumbul-Dun was once guarded by a great golem, but when the metal disappeared, so did he.
Doing all these voices makes a man mighty thirsty.
Strength, God. Need help. Your help. You builder, you rescue me? Thank you. But you know strong. No break hard rocks. Me worry.
That golem really packs a punch. He smashed a hole clean through that rock and made it look easy. I wonder if he can teach me how to hit like that. Just imagine how much havoc I could wreak. I thought them stories about the guardian of the mine were nothing but fairy tales. Turns out they was true. He might be a big lump of rock, but he seems to have a good art. Maybe we can be mates.
Wow!
Wait, let's see this one already. If you would have asked me yesterday if I thought we'd ever get them tunnels open again, I'd have laughed in your face. But if we can get the mine up and running, then maybe, just maybe, we might just bring the golden age back to Khrumbul-Dun.
We've been looking to clear those rocks for years. I never imagined it'd happen like this.
Yeah, you guys were trying real hard up there. Everyone on Khrumbul-Dun knows the legends of the guardian of the mine, but I always thought they were just kiddie stories. How wrong can a girl be? Tran, would you admire with mine having a quick butchers in the tunnel? I'm sure Digby and Dougie'd be more than happy to show you around.
But nobody's been down there in donkey's years.
There'll be spots where the roof's all caved in, sand and what have you blocking the way. How are we gonna get past that? I thought this might happen. Lucky for us, Tran, I've got just the thing for such a situation. They've been lying around for yonks. Some miner must have left them here. 20 rusty wrecking balls. Come on, Tran, get in there, blast through a few roadblocks, fix a few supports, and get this mine going again.
Alright, Dougie. Do what the lady says. Time to take Tran on a guided tour of the finest mine in Khrumbul-Dun. I'd go myself if it wasn't for me incurable claustrophobia. That ain't fair, Digby. You know how bad my monstrophobia's got recently, and them caves will be crawling me. Them caves will be crawling with horrible creatures. What's worse, you're sending me in with a builder. Fred, can you search the nearby tunnels and bring back a few lumps of copper? 5 should do. I only want to check the quality. I just pray Hargan doesn't catch wind. If you plant a wrecking ball, you better run for cover, because when that thing blows, it takes everything nearby with it. I'm going in by myself then.
The tunnels will probably be in a terrible state. We're relying on you to fix up the supports and make the place safe. If the path's blocked, use one of your rusty wrecking balls to clear a way through. But you don't have to go too far just yet. Come back once you've found 5 lumps of copper, and I'll give them a once-over. I got that from completing a puzzle. I wandered around the surface for a bit. I don't know if I'll show my free roaming footage or not, or while I was waiting to get a chance to record. Tran, Malroth, hold up! That just gave me a right earful. If you're gonna go spelunking, you need a seasoned miner by your side, so here I am. Whoa, was that another earthquake? Yeah, ever since the Golden Age came to a close, the ground ain't never stopped shaking. It's years since I was last at these tunnels, but I don't remember them being in this bad a shape. Old Argon must have let his lackeys loose down here. Back in the day, you couldn't swing a pick down these mines without striking a seam of gold. Now look at it. They ain't nothing but sand and stones. Hold on a tick. This weren't here before. Core. I have a butcher's at this. The old tunnel's all stuffed with sand. Must have fallen in from the top. From up top. Seems like a job for one of the rusty wrecking balls what Bab gave you. Just watch where you're putting it, yeah? I want you to connect the tunnels together. Go on, don't be shy. Plonk one of them rusty wrecking balls down near the rubble and clear a path through. Nice! Sterling work, Tran. You wiped the floor with that wall. I think I took some supports out with it. Oh, probably need to talk to him. Did he just run away or what? Or did he die? I didn't think he ran out of life. Nice one, Tran. You blew a path clean through that sand. Destroying stuff up sure to get us in Gargan's good books. There might be more of them rusty wrecking balls knocking about in these tunnels, so make sure to pick up any you find. Betas like me can't be trusted with that kind of firepower. Chances are I'd squeeze it too hard and blow me biceps off, so I'll let you take care of the blasting. Alright then, hi-ho, it's off to bleeding work we go. Oh, and by the way, it's easy to lose your bearing down there in the dark. Lucky for you, if you whip your map out, you can cycle through it level by level. Mine and Khrumbul-Dun is spread over several levels. Press back over the main map, then use LB and RB to cycle through the different depths. It's better than some games' maps. I'll give you a guided tour over the tunnels, no worries. Just long as you two lead the way. I need you to take care of any monsters what jump out, innit? Hang about. This don't look good at all. Them supports to be seeing better days. We better get them fixed quick smart. Look, the posts what prop up the roof are in terrible shape. The old tunnel could collapse at any moment. We gotta get them fixed before the next earthquake hits.
or we'll be buried alive. Get them softwood blocks back in place. Hurry. Can you mend them supports or what? If you don't shore up them supports, this whole area might cave in. Use some of them blocks of softwood and be quick about it. Tran feels fitter than a fiddle. Tran needs food badly. The supporting pillars are repaired. Lovely, Jubbly. Them supports look good as new. You've done this before, ain't ya? Nice one, Tran. Thanks to your marvelous mending skills, those supports should hold for the foreseeable. Looks like we've stumbled on a good bit of metal, too. That mallet of yours won't be able to break the Arda rocks, but it should do the trick for copper and coal. First things first, let's nab ourselves a few nice lumps of copper for our old mate McGraw, and we might as well bag a bit of coal while we're here. I love the smell of freshly dug metal. You can mine it for me if that's what you're doing. You're not doing a very good job. Oh, I'm Alroth. A little closer, don't you think? Hey, I'm trying to change my weapon. Let go of me. Tran obtains a chunk of coal. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. What's that black lump you've got there? Whatever it is, it could come in useful. If you see any more of that stuff, bring it in, bung it in a bag. I'm gonna use the mouse for this. That's a lot of metal. Well, 15 coal should be enough to get started. Tran obtains a chunk of copper. Tran obtains a chunk of copper. What's that, Tran? It wouldn't be a lump of copper, would it? Old Man McGraw wanted 5, remember? Yes. Let's bag them up and get the heck out of here. We will rock you. I'm horrible at singing. Get in, Tran. Now we got all the copper we need. Let's head up top again and show McGraw the goods. Hold on, aren't you supposed to be a miner? You should stay behind and do some work for a change. If you go back now, you'll be in for another one of Bab's tongue lashings. Yeah, maybe you've got a point. Alright then, I'll stay here and dig for a bit longer, but you two better go and see McGraw pronto. Are you gonna dig this out for me? You probably won't. Alright, that's 10. That's plenty.
Tran makes his first seared steak. Nice. And his attack bar increases. Tran makes his first fruit flambe. You know what? I'll just put a cask over here. I can't put a steak in there? Or a steak milkshake? Tran, I can see it in your eyes. There's still copper in these mines after all. Let me take a look. Let me take a closer look. Yes. This is top quality Khrumbul-Dun copper, alright? You won't find any finer than this. Seems the mines have a little life in them left. Yet. Sorry to butt in, but I spoke with Goldilocks while you lot were scurrying about down in the mine. He says that the more metal we can give him, the more strength will return. And once he's got all his powers back, he can use them to fill the mine with precious metals again. It'll be like the gold rush never ended, he says. Is that so? Then perhaps he'd benefit from the copper that Tran just brought back. Can't hurt, can it? And we can't exactly leave him in this state. Poor old thing. I'd say we give him the copper.
Is that copper? Copper not enough. Need gold to become gold golem.
Actually, I don't know. I've always pronounced it golem, but I've heard golem as well.
Strong golem. When strength returns, metal returns too. But copper is stronger than stone. We become copper golem. Stronger golem. You give me copper?
No.
Please, friend. Give me copper. When me full of metal again, mine full of metal too. You give me copper now. Thank you, friend. Throw copper at me. It'll become part of me. Throw very hard.
Poor Blimey, that's bleeding brilliant. You turned him into a copper golem. Hold up, only his head's gone copper. What about the rest of him?
Ooh, we look silly. Need more copper. Maybe 1,000 lumps.
1,000? 1,000? Pull the other one. That's impossible, surely. I wouldn't say that. The mine might not be what it once was, but there's got to be more copper down there. Digby, look what I found. I had a bit more
have a dig about, and that mine is chock full of copper. Look at all this, what I brought back. Is that it? Is that bleeding it? You always were a lazy skipper, Dougie. Give me a break, Digby. I'm the only geezer doing any work around here. I ain't even got a pub to unwind at after me shift. How am I supposed to keep me morale up, huh? Always with the excuses. Why don't you stop moaning about morale and get on with your job? Don't be so harsh on him, Malroth. Mining ain't no holiday in the sun, you know. It's hard graft, dirty, dark, and dangerous. The lads have to have some way of letting off steam. I'll help that lay off some steam by cracking his thick head open. That should get rid of all the hot air. Let's save that one as a last resort, eh? I think I've got a better idea how we can get all the copper Goldorak's needs. As a firm believer in what the Children of Argon tell me, you should know that I can never trust a builder. But if anyone needs a job doing, I'll trust you'll do it to the best of your ability. Hey Tran, I think I saw someone milling about who wanted a favor doing. Perhaps you should give him a shout. We could do it with more hard workers to dig up all the copper we need. With the manpower we've got no pub to get us going. Working here is hard work. Babs said she figured out a way to get the copper what we need. You should have a word with her and see what the big plan is. See what her big plan is. Looks like Bab has cooked up another idea that she wants your help with. If you see her, make sure you have a word.
Me get copper, me become copper golem. Jogger golem, but need 1,000 lumps.
It pains me to say it, but as things stand, we ain't getting our hands on 1,000 lumps of copper anytime soon. You know, I would try for it, but I don't think there's that much down there. But if we get to give the miners something to look forward to after our day's work, it might motivate them to work a bit harder. And I know just the thing. I know just the thing. All we need to do is give them their old pub back. You mean rebuild the pub? Exactly. The walls have fallen down and there ain't much furniture left, but that's where Dad's pub used to be. The first thing I want you to do is make a cocktail counter. Just plonk a cocktail shaker over there on the bar where Dad can see it. You probably have to make it out of copper, but I ain't an expert. If you need metalworking tips, McGrug's your man. With the miners' morale so low, there ain't no way we'll be getting 1,000 lumps of copper anytime soon. That's why we need to rebuild the pub. I have a gander over there. That's Dad's old pub. Well, what's left of it anyway. We just have to fix the place up a bit. You can start by making a cocktail counter. Just place a cocktail shaker on the bar and Dad can start doing what he does best, bartending. You can make shakers out of copper, but you might have to bash about it a bit first. If you need any help, go ask McGrug. He's the blacksmith.
You're looking cheerful as always, young man. What business has a lad like you got with an old-timer like me? So, you want to make a cocktail shaker for the pub, but you don't know how to do it? I'm sure you've heard already, but crafting's forbidden in these parts. I used to smith myself, but I doused my forge some time ago. You see, the mine dried up and Khrumbul-Dun's glory days were over. In fact, it wasn't so long ago that the Children of Argon seized control of the island. Their teachings seem to take root in no time at all. Just about everyone here is a believer these days. Still, Blacksmith's fire never truly dies. And as this is for Babs, I'll teach you what you need to know. I trust you'll keep our little arrangement secret. Before you can work with it, you have to turn the raw copper into copper ingots in the roaring fire of a forge. So you better start by making yourself a forge, yeah? Whip one up at the workbench, put it down around here, and then the forging can begin. I'm looking forward to seeing the new forge. That copper is as good as useless until you turn it into copper ingots, but you need a forge for that. Head over to your workstation, build a forge, and plonk it down wherever is convenient nearby. Okay, and we're back. This is all the metal I could find in the first bombing of the tunnels. So there's another sand pile up ahead. I did not bomb that yet, but I went and mined everything I could lay my eyes on.
Let's put the forge here. Aha! So you built your forge. Hargon won't be happy about that. But in for a gold coin, in for a gold bar, as they say. Time to get forging. Alright, let's start by making some copper ingots. Let's talk to him first. You can make some copper ingots? Alright, now you've got a forge ready. It's time you went ahead and smelted some copper ingots. Hopefully it's not like cooking, but it doesn't seem to be. Make glass? That's cool. We'll make 10. Or 10 units worth. Oh. Darn it. What happens if I cancel? Will I get my stuff back? Let's see, I have 147 sand. 177 sand. So when I did 10, it cost 30. So I got my stuff back. Okay. Let's make a single copper ingot for now. Not really a fan of the waiting game. Sounds like the forge is done. Wonderful! You made the copper ingots. It's just like the children of Hargon said. You builders are fearful creatures. Why, if I hadn't hung up an anvil already, you'd have had me out of a job. Just remember that the metal you find in the mines is as good as useless unless you smelt it into an ingot. If you ever need more coal, you'll find plenty down in the mine. You know, I'm not without my reservations, but I think Babs might be onto something with this idea of using Den's pub to light a fire under the miners' behinds. Alright, Tran? Did my grog teach you how to work metal? Now you can get cracking on that cocktail shaker. Just make sure you place it on the bar when you're done and make that cocktail counter, yeah? That way Dad'll be sure to spot it. Looks like Bab has cooked up another idea. A copper container for concocting a plethora of potent potables. All you needed was a cup. Seriously? Then you guys can work? Thanks, Tran. That cocktail counter is just what we need to get these miners and me dad motivated. What the? I can't believe me mince pies. Is this a cocktail counter? Me pub, it's back. Alright, lad. Diggers, jiggers on the house. I did mention me dad used to be the landlord of this gaff, didn't I? The miners used to come here every night to let off steam, but they was always back down the pit at the crack of dawn the next morning. I was only a little girl back then, but I remember how happy they always looked. You could say him and the miners are my heroes. And now that you're here, Tran, I get the feeling we can rebuild the pub and turn this island back into the hive of activity it once was. I know it's a big favor to ask, but will you help me?
No. She did rescue from that hole, remember? I think we owe her. Yes.
Thank you so much. I knew you had a good heart. I just wish we had a few more good miners, but we're supposed to find any around here. No matter how our Dougie and Digby work, there's still only 2 of them. Any bright ideas, Tran?
Bring the Khrumbul-Duns.
We could do with a few more. Oh. What are you grinning about? Did you think of a way to bring in more miners? We can use the builder's bell, you say? Are you talking about that old thing? Yeah, I did think of that first, but I wanted to bring the Khrumbul-Duns. When you ring it, the sound draws people in and you become a better builder? You don't say. Well, you better give that thing a ring then, hadn't ya? You can now raise your base's level. Give that bell a good hard wallop. So you ring the bell, not only will people be drawn to its sound, you become a better builder to boot. I think Argon's crew would have destroyed that first thing then. Well, ain't you gonna ring the thing? We got building that needs doing though. Tired of starving. And ingots take forever. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting on that later. Oh, wrong ring. We need the command action ring, not the mallet. Come on, you could like splatter gold and copper and iron everywhere for bring that. Population Tran's base just got a little bit bigger. Tran learns a load of new recipes. Copper wall, huh? Full flagon. What the bleeding nor was that sound? I ain't never heard anything like it. It worked. It really worked. We found ourselves some new miners.
I can't remember the last time I felt this way I had this uncontrollable urge to make things again. Okay, the dude, the toilet's over there.
Get you, Tran. You invented full flagons, barrels, and collections of bottles. Why, that's all stuff for the pub.
That ain't all. He's figured out how to make keg counters and copper wall blocks too. I just hope there's enough copper down below for all this. You've been here 5 minutes, already you're inventing new stuff. I didn't know any better. I'd say you were getting into this. Core, you builders. Core, you builders are something else. I ain't felt this full of beans since breakfast.
Seeing as you brought him here, you best say hello to our new arrivals. Go on, give him a proper Khrumbul-Dun welcome.
Whatcha? We heard the sound of the bell and came over to see what the commotion was. What's going on here? And why does it reek of metal? You're a builder, and not only that, you're building the pub and mining again? The Church of Argon won't stand for it, I'm telling on ya. The Underseal will hear about this.
Boy, you lot.
Hang about. Babs, is that you? You was nothing more than an ankle biter last time I saw ya. How time flies, eh?
Me and Tran have decided to get the mine up and running again. I want you to give us an hand.
But that's heresy in the eyes of Argon. I'll never forget when the mines dried up and the Church of Argon banned building. There was nothing left for us here. You were wailing, begging us not to go, but we had no choice. It was hamstrings versus heartstrings that day. I know we got back a long way, Bass, but we believe in a master destruction now. We might have abandoned the mine, but we can't abandon our faith. But as long as the children of Argon don't hear about it, we're all yours. If we keep the digging nice and quiet, it won't do no harm. 3 more miners move into Tran's base. This destruction thing is such a pointless philosophy.
Like, okay, like, you remember how in the very beginning of the game, the ship was breaking apart? Apparently, they're not allowed to even rebuild their own stuff. Thinking, oh well. Wonderful. When you rang that bell, those miners came running like moths to a flame. Now they're on board, we should see a nice little upturn in output. Tran. You know, we was wrong about you. The monsters blinded us to the truth. The glorious sound of that bell snapped us all back to our senses. What he means is, we've finished with the children of Argon. From now on, we want to help you build stuff, innit? That's settled then. You've done so much for us already, Tran, but things are only just getting off the ground. Why don't we go tell Goldilocks about the plan? The poor thing thinks he'll never get back to his gold self again. If you help me rebuild the bar, we might just not kick off a second golden age on the island.
Hello, Babs. Hello, Builder. You find a way to get metal for me?
Hiya, Goldilocks. Listen, we got something really important to tell you. Let me know if I miss anything out, won't you, Tran? No. Come on, Tran, this is important. If we ain't on the same page with this one, it ain't gonna work out well. I need you to pay attention for a bit. Think you can handle that? Not really, but yes. So, we think there's a way to get more metal out of the mine, but we need to motivate the miners first. That's where we're gonna build a pub. Gotta get them digging away like Billy-O, and whatever metal they find will hand it over to you. You have your old powers back before you know it. When that happens, the golden age will return, and the copper, silver, and gold will be flowing through the tunnels like shiny rivers.
That's very clever, very pretty. We like you very much. I go very deep underground, very little gold. Need copper first, become copper golem.
You are the man, Tran. We need to get mining, which means we need to build a pub to make the miners motivated to mine. Reckon you can rustle up a nice blueprint for us? Some iron, copper. That's not too. I got copper. I have no iron though. Dartboard. That seems pretty cool. Let's see what I can do. Tran, this is brilliant. It's the pub of me dreams, the old copper bar. With a pub like this as our local, we can unwind after our day and get back in the mines, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed every morning, ready to dig up even more metal. Hang about, Digby. That's easy for you to say, but you ain't seen the damage the Children of Argon done down there. The place is in the right state. We got some serious repair work to do before we can even think about picking our picks up to pick more holes in the tunnels.
Aha, big coincidence. Me have favors to ask, same as your favors. Not copying, honest. First favor, fix tunnels. Mine tunnels have bad damage. Dangerous. Make tunnels safe. Miners go deeper into tunnels, get more metal. Second favor, make nice bar. With nice bar, miners do more mining, get more metal. Give me 1,000 lumps of copper. Me become copper golem.
So first things first, we gotta give this manor a makeover and get the pub serving again, Tran. Tran, you're the key to making this happen. Yeah, and make it a good one, will ya? With games and waiters, ooh, and dancing girls. Dressed up in cottontail costumes, just like the good old days. If we had a fancy gaff like that to roll into at the end of a shift, we'd be motivated like nobody's business. If it helped that much, I don't mind being a dancing girl. Gore blimey, you ain't pulling me leg, are ya? You really do it? For realsies? Truth is, me mom used to be a dancing girl. Seems kinda right that I follow in her footsteps.
Is that right? Go on, Babs. Get the fishnets on for your old mom's sake.
Nah. Look, lads, I know your game, but if I get all dressed up in fancy dancy clobber, you're not gonna sit around staring at me when there's work to be done. Tell you what, once we've got the pub up and running again, I'll think about it.
Get in! Oh, Babs, you made me a very happy miner.
If bar built, pretty lady look even prettier? That must build pub, must mine metal. Me want to see too.
Get a grip, Golden Rocks. We've got enough boneheads around here without you turning into one too. We got something to live for now, rebuilding the old copper bar. Core, I can't wait to see the old place booming even bigger and brighter than it was before. I know the boys will be just as fired up as I am. Soon enough, the metal will become pouring out of that pit. That's why I need you to do me a favor. As you know, Tran, a typical miner gets up at the crack of dawn and spends all day digging down the mine. Evenings are for stress relief and are spent in the pub. Before we can start letting off steam, we always gather together in the middle of town and announce what we dug up that day. That's where you come in. We need a place to turn in our finds and deliver the daily report. In other words, an accumulation station for the excavation declaration. Rose right off the tongue. Back in the good old gold rush days, we used to do it over there, right next to where Goldirox is sitting. But we can't just go chucking our precious metal on the ground. No. We need a trio of chests to store it, just like the good old days. Whack a few chests down, yeah? This is an important job, Tran. I need you to put a chest on each of the markers. 1, 2, 3. Job done. Just one butcher's at Bab in a cottontail costume and I'll be all set for a full day's digging. They don't have to be exactly as they was, but if you can make the pub and mine even a little bit like what they used to be, I'll be as happy as Larry. Really gotta met you in Malroth. With your help, I know we can get Khrumbul-Dun back on his feet again. My own daughter, me pride and joy, wants to be following her mother's footsteps and become a dancing girl. I don't know what to think. At the end of the day, I suppose it don't matter. If this is what she wants, my thinking don't come into it. But the thought of them meatheads leching over me, darling Babs. But if we get some work in order, but if I tell you, I'm proper confused. If we can restore Goldirox to his true form, it might just herald a new dawn for Khrumbul-Dun. Tran, we're relying on you to rebuild the pub, fix up the tunnels, and make this happen. Not only riches that await us, we'll get to see Babs turn into a dancing girl too. Watcha?
Need metal, do favors, gets metal. We have 0 lumps of copper now. We still need 1,000 more lumps to become copper golem.
Where is chests? Once I get enough copper in my hands, I will just do the full batch. But for now, I probably want to use that copper. Kraken! That's some top-notch chest placement, Tran. The accumulation station's exactly as I remember it. Now we're ready to get mining again. Let me go over the nuts and bolts of the job one last time. As our star builder, you're in charge of fixing the broken beams, removing the rubble, and making the place safe. Once you short up a section, Dougie will lead in the lads and put them to work. Then every evening, we'll tote up the days and all, read out the accumulation declaration, and hand over the copper to Goldirox. Of course, it'll stick in our craws to give our ardor and loot away like that, but once Goldirox is back to full strength and the mine is bursting with gold again, we'll be rolling in it. The declaration takes place every day as soon as the sun goes down. We always ring a bell nice and loud before it starts so everyone can hear. That in mind, you lose all track of time, but if you keep an ear out for the daily report, you know when it's time to head up back up top and it day. Time's of the essence, Tran. Take Dougie and Malroth, get yourself down in the tunnels. You're the linchpin of this whole operation. As for me, I'll stay up here and mind the gap while you're away. If any more miners turn up, I'll show them the ropes and keep them in line. Alright, Digby. I'll do it. I'll do anything to see the bar rebuilt and the Babs happy, even if it means facing up to me crippling monstrophobia. Lovely, Jubbly. Now we got our roles sorted, there's only one thing left to do. Pray for the safety of the miners with the power of our pecs. It's Flexitime. Flexitime? What's that? You ain't never heard of Flexitime before? I reckon you'd be good at it. Tran, not so much. You need a bit more meat on your bones if you want to join the peck party. Come on, Malroth, join in. I'm taking this. I'm stealing this idea. Flexitime. Alright, Tran, your turn. It's time to put them tiddly triceps to yours to work. No, I'm good. I wonder if he'll make me say yes. Come on, lad. Don't be shy. If you don't let the mine see your strength, she'll never show you her secrets. What do you say, Tran? Will you flex with us? Yeah, you bet. Flexitime!
Lord blimey, look at the biceps on him. I hereby proclaim you a bona fide Khrumbul-Dunner. Bona fide Khrumbul-Dunner. Right then, I'll lead the lads to the scenes. You can follow us down when you're done prepping up here, Tran. Alright, you horrible lot. Get them rears in gears and down the mine on the double.
Tran, you're heading back down in the mine, ain't you? Here, take this. It's nothing much, but I know, but I made it especially for you in case you get peckish. Dreams on a stick.
What, Tran? What did she give you, eh? Where's mine? It ain't fair. Well, if you ain't gonna share it with me, you better off-foot it after Dougie before I give you a piece of my mind. Well, oh, one more thing. If you spot Dougie gawping at a wall, he's probably trying to figure out a way through it. Make sure you help him out, yeah? He's ain't the sharpest tool. I need you to fix things up in down the mine. From here on out, I expect we'll see a steady trickle of new miners showing up. It ain't ideal, but I'll be standing up top to handle the not-so-minor job of miner management. And if you catch sight of Dougie staring at a wall or whatnot, he's probably trying to think of a way through it. Make sure you give him an helping hand, yeah? Alright, let's make a save before I start destroying the mine. Dude, that's just rock. What are you waiting for? Well, I mean, I was just fighting the monsters. There's a lot of miners. I hit start and it says 0 to 100. I think that means how many rooms I've got. I want you to connect the tunnels together. As the major miner manager, I'm gonna get the lads digging like their legs depend on it. Listen up out for the next evening report to see how we do. Alright, where's my bombs at? Hey, what's that crate doing on the rail tracks? What, that old thing? There's a minecart. You use them to ride the rail along. You use them to ride along. There's a minecart. You use them to ride along the rails. Looks like we reached one of the old loading stations. If we could mend the tracks and connect the station to this station to the base, we'd have a convenient little transport route. Oh wait, Tran, I've got a job for you. You saw the track running through the tunnel, right? Well, it looks like this is the last stop on the line. If you fixed up the track, it'd make all in our diggings back a whole lot easier. You don't expect us to carry it all in our pockets, do ya? I do. You'll need to lay a piece of track wherever there's a section missing or the minecarts will grind to an halt. If you need more bits of railway to finish the repairs, there should be plenty of unused track laying about the place. Yeah, I remember seeing some on the way over. It might be a good idea to pick up all the track we find on our way back to base. Out of the goodness of me art, I'll give you the track you need. It is kind of far back to base, though. Tell you what, just do up to that first stop sign for now. Think you can handle it? Just go back the way you came, keeping a mince pie out for any breaks in the track. Use that minecart if you like. If you ever want to have a natter about the finer details of laying a good minecart track, just give us a shout, yeah? Hello. Decided to take up an offer of a detailed explanation of the ins and outs of laying minecart tracks, have ya? Oh, it defaulted to no. For this job, you need to fill in the gaps in the track. If you like, you can hop in the minecart and jump out when you hit a bit what's missing. You see, the minecart will come to an halt if there's no track where to run on. Should make finding the broken bits a piece of bleeding cake. A piece of bleeding cake. And don't worry if the rail continues on the block that's higher or lower than what you're on, because the tracks are joined together automatically if you place them next to each other.
Now, if you come across a place where dirt or sand's blocking the way, just whip out that massive mallet and give any bothersome blocks a big old butcher's bosh. Finally, you might not know this, but if you whack a minecart and pick it up, you can keep it in your inventory to use anytime you like. Pretty handy, eh? If you ever want to learn how to make them yourself, you should whip up a load. Then you can ride the rails. If you ever learn how to make them yourself, you should whip up a load. Then you can ride the rails whenever the fancy strikes ya. If you're ever running low on track, there's plenty we ain't using around town. It's yours to use however you see fit. Right then, time to make tracks, eh? Back to base we go. Listen here, lad. Light's fading fast, so we better get cracking with today's accumulation declaration. We just started. Gather around, lads. It's time to kick off today's declaration, and it looks like we bagged a bumper all. First up is Tran's share, and you won't be disappointed. Here goes. 5 lumps of coal, 5 chunks of copper, and that's all. What? No. Here's your share, Goldilocks. 50 lumps of copper. I mined way more than that.
Thank you. Me need 950 more lumps of copper. Let me become Copper Golem.
Alright, that's your lot. You boys deserve a digger's jigger or two tonight. Just make sure you're up bright and early for more mining in the morning. Anything to declare? The end of a hard day's mining on Khrumbul-Dun is signaled by accumulation declaration. Once the miner's haul has been totted up, it's shared out between you and Goldilocks.